So I'm going to body shame somebody. And I guess this is a trigger warning. Is that a thing still? Is that a thing people do? Listen to the old white guy try and sort the verbiage of the modern generation. I cut my nose. I'm going to body shame somebody, and I just want to say in advance that this is just an example of something. I'm not trying to be nasty or unkind, but I don't know any other way to express what I want to express. So this is how I'm going to do it. And hopefully I don't offend anyone, right? Yesterday we were at Tanger Outlet. It's essentially an outdoor mall. I was there with my family and we were shopping. I got some new sneaks. I feel like I'm on stilts. But anyway, there was a young woman there with her friends, and she was beautiful, absolutely stunning. But when I looked at her walking around, my first thought was she has a neurological disorder. Her shoulders were hunched forward and they were uneven. She looked like she was walking on newborn baby colt legs. They were really wobbly. The knees were caving in. Her head was jutted really far forward. There was a tremor in her body sporadically at unpredictable times. And I was like, man, good for her, you know? She's got something in the adjacent to Parkinson's family, but she's still getting dolled up with her friends and going to the mall and having fun. She's not letting it hold her back. Good for her, you know? But I kept watching. And she did not have a neurological disorder. Now, to be fair to her, she was on a pair of platforms that were ridiculous. And that explains some of the awkwardness in her physicality. Certainly, you know. She might have bought them that day. And that might be why she, like, at least part of her awkwardness in movement. So part of it's the shoes. Let's just say that first, right? But the other part, it was just weakness. There was no neurological disorder at all. I mean, she might have had a little scoliosis, I guess. But that's reaching. And, like, she just is an untrained person, you know? And I guess she could have been 20 years old, but she was probably late teens, you know? Now, to make a comparison, my girlfriend's in her early 30s. A year back, she did 2, maybe 3 years of pretty serious weight training. And this last year, she's been working out, but by comparison, Kaylin, don't get mad at me. She's been pretty lazy. She hasn't been slanging the iron. And to just look at her, she's fucking jacked. She's fucking yoked. She's not yoked in the sense that I'm her boyfriend and I love her and I'm telling you she's yoked. I mean, objectively, anyone's looking at her and being like, that chick is fucking yoked. Like, that's just the way it is. Like, not Oxygen fitness model yoked, but within striking distance, you know? And I think that if you took these two women, put them side by side, most people would say the young woman is more beautiful. Now, the male gaze has changed quite a bit in the last 10 years, but I don't think it's changed enough for that needle to completely plop over. So certainly there are people that would be like, easily, that little ginger, my girl, is hotter. And I realize I'm being somewhat gross right now, okay? I realize this is like, where are you going with this? This is pretty bro-y content for you, Joe. But I have a larger point, and there's no way for me to get to it without talking through. It's troubling because, like, this young woman would benefit enormously from just the smallest amount of resistance training. And I'm talking 30 minutes, 3 times a week. Would pull those shoulders back, would get her legs under control, would do enormous amounts to correct her posture, would improve her quality of life to the extreme. She's young right now. Her body's unbelievably resilient. So she's not yet feeling the detriment of what I'm just assuming is getting no physical activity. You know what? Fuck my assumption, okay? She's not getting any exercise. None. None. And how can I know that for sure? A lifetime of training, of looking at people, of being a yoga teacher and instructor for the better part of 10 years. This young woman gets no exercise. I'd bet nearly anything on it. And not only would it help her today, almost immediately she'd get results, and it would benefit her immediately. Like, really, right away. After the first workout, you'd feel a noticeable difference. Subjectively noticeable, but you get the idea, you know? So not only would it benefit her today, but, and I say this based only on my experience, within the next 10 years, she's going to begin to feel the detriment of not doing it. There will be aches and she may already be feeling stuff in her back. The aches and pains, the nagging injuries from just doing everyday things, you know? And so that would put us at nearly 30 years of age, right? Where you're starting to get minor tweaks for just being alive, just sleeping, or just picking something up off the floor. And from there, your motivation to start is only hampered more, you know? The bar of entry raises, and you're still young, you're still vital, you can still rebound, but your motivation has taken a massive hit. Biochemically, you're in a way worse position than you were 10 years earlier. And then you have the next half to even 2/3 of your life with chronic pain to look forward to, and a deepening well, a deepening debt. It really upset me. It really, and I'm not picking on this young woman because if she's not a child, she just graduated out of childhood, you know? Like, why didn't anyone in your life teach you to be strong? Like, I realize I'm coming off as very judgy, and people are vastly more complex than this grotesque summary that I'm putting forward. And I know that, you know? It feels like I've laser focused on a single person, but I'm hoping this can be taken in a general sense. Anything that you invest into your body will almost immediately and always pay you back. Anything. Doesn't matter what it is. Take a dance class, go swimming, just walk outside in the woods. Anything you put in to physicality is going to pay you back. My girlfriend has not meaningfully lifted weights in a year, and she's jacked because she did that hard work then, and she's done enough to maintain. Like, in the time that she was lifting weights, I think she gained probably 5 pounds of muscle for real, like 5 real pounds of contractile tissue, and lost 15 to maybe 20 pounds of fat. And like, she was hot as fuck before that. Now she looks ridiculous. She looks like she's ready to enter the CrossFit Games. All right, not that bad, but you get the idea, you know? And that will, provided she continues to do baseline work somewhat regularly, she's going to carry that forever. And that's possible for anyone. My girl's got pretty good genes for this sort of thing, but not great, you know? And she's on no supplementation at all. I mean, the smallest protocol would benefit her enormously. A little creatine, you know, some zinc. Why isn't anyone teaching this young woman to be strong, to invest in herself, rather than merely how she appears in this moment? It's really sad. Like, depressed me a little bit. Because like exercise and diet, 2 things that nobody likes. Not really, you know. All of the data is on the side of exercise and diet. Pick a marker that you want to move. From mental health to weight loss, to behavioral change, to cognitive decline. Pick any marker. Doesn't matter what it is. If it has something to do with your body, pick it. Improved by diet and exercise. Needle meaningfully moved by these things. And the exercise, and really even the diet, don't matter. Just something. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this, except I wish we taught our young people better, you know? I wish we gave them some very basic tools to just begin writing the owner's manual of their own body. Not to go to an even grosser place with this, but like, just for your own safety, to say nothing of minor injuries or perhaps a small car accident or a slip and fall and being able to recover and rebound from something like that. What if somebody with bad intentions wants to victimize you in some way? We'll put these 2 women next to each other again. Nobody is choosing to attack my girlfriend. And that's not a fucking veiled threat. And I'm going to do something about it. She'll do something about it. She'll eat your face. Like, nobody's looking at her and being like, oh, that's an easy mark. You know? Nobody. Unless you're Dave Bautista. That doesn't make sense. Like, even Batista would be like, that just seems like a hassle, man. I'm not doing that. Tangra Outlets, young lady. Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, if you're bent that way, you know? I mean, that's no resistance at all. And that sucks, you know? That really sucks. She's a beautiful young lady, and I hope she feels that way. I hope she genuinely does. But she deserves the right to feel dangerous too, you know? And it wouldn't take much to get her there. So anyway, that's a 15-minute talk where I body shamed somebody. And I said some pretty un-PC things, I think. I don't know. I tried to be good, but I'm not 100% clear on what I said, and I'm not going to review it. I'm still really sore, but I'm going to get something in. let's go do some squats. Okay? Yeah, that's it for today. Let's go squat. So after my lengthy rant, I did some one-arm snatch to overhead squats, and I was nervous doing it because, you know, my shoulder, and it's healed, but I wanted to, I guess, see how healed, and yet I was nervous to do it as well. I felt like I might be making a pretty meaningful mistake. Turns out it was great. It felt good. I hit my old PR, which is a soft PR, so, you know, please don't be alarmed. I'll show that at the end. This is just me working up to my minimum. I have new sneakers on. They were these cheap Nikes that I got at Tanger, and I tell you, the weight felt light today. And I definitely feel like I'm walking on stilts a little bit because I typically wear flats, and these don't have the most exaggerated heel, but they have a heel, and that's 185 full stop. Very easy. I could have definitely done more, but I was scared. I more and more I find myself being scared, you know. I just don't want to take a risk I don't have to. Oh, I'm excited. Good. This is the overhead squat with 70 pounds. It was a little uncertain in the top position, but I also feel like that was my nerves. I don't think my strength was in any way in question. I just, I was nervous. I guess that's the theme here. I was nervous. Like, I was really worried about the scapula. And I did it with both arms, but I only showed you one. Anyway, this is Joe in real life. A good day in the gym for me. I love you guys. Be good to each other. Sorry about the rant.